We'll try to go live on Facebook. Let's see. Hi there, people. I don't know if you can hear me yet or not, but we're trying to go live and get it on everything here. And I don't know if my sound is working. So we're just going to kind of experiment here until we figure out if it's all happening. So I think I'm on YouTube and I'm trying to get onto Facebook, but we'll see. So, can you hear me? Do you see me? Do you know if I'm here? So we've got hopefully YouTube and hopefully Facebook, and I'm trying to kind of get you both together here. I don't know. It looks like I have one person on YouTube, so that's good. And do we have anybody on Facebook? I can't tell yet. So if you're on with me, put a comment in. Hi, Christy. I see you can hear me. Hello, Sandy. Yay. So we're there. How about Facebook? Anybody on there that we can see yet? We're doing this from home, very minimal. David's here with me. David, if you can be on Facebook and see if you can see anybody. And we've got Christy and Sandy and Carolyn all on YouTube. So who's on Facebook? Hopefully Caledonia is there greeting you, and hopefully this is working. That's my goal, that we can get everybody on all at the same time. And I can't see comments on Facebook, so I don't know if that's happening or not. Hello, Audrey. Hello, Roberto. Hello, Charlene. How, Tomasi? I'm glad you're here too. Oh my gosh, so YouTube's kind of busy, and that's pretty exciting. And I've got you all on trying to watch here, but not seeing comments on Facebook. So David, you're going to be in charge of Facebook to keep me alerted. And Caledonia, send me a note if it's not working there, because hopefully it is. I can see myself. It's kind of weird looking at myself in the camera, but I am here. Hello, Debbie from Alabama. So if you were coming to join us thinking that you were going to see the wedding trends, obviously, you know that's not wedding trends. You got me. Yeah. I'm going to scooch this over a little bit. Yeah, wedding trends didn't happen because we have snow. Actually, snow wouldn't be so bad. We have ice. It is pretty crazy out there. It was so icy. I tried to go out at about maybe 8 this morning, and I just kind of made it to the front door and turned around and came back in, told my students and said, guys, not happening. I'm not going out there, so we're going to delay class to start till noon. Then at 11, I went out and I made it about 2 blocks and turned around and came back because, again, it was just crazy. And so I said, students, no school today. So yeah, I don't know. I was talking to David a little bit ago. I said, how many times have we had to cancel class? And how many snow days have we ever been? And I believe we have only had 3 times that were just totally dreadful that we had to cancel class. One was in 1988 when I very first bought the school, way back in 1988, and we ended up having to cancel for almost an entire week. It was so snowy. Then again in 2017 we canceled, but other than that, we've never had to cancel. So now we are here. Yeah, David, what do you see over there? Anything on Facebook?
Nothing on Facebook.
Interesting, because I see my picture. So let's see if it's going to, let's see.
I tried to restart it.
So guys, hi YouTube, you're here. I'm going to try to restart Facebook, see if I can get that one going, because it looks like Facebook is not working. So I'm going to kind of move things around here and try it again. So YouTube people, what questions do you want to hear about today? We're going to talk about how do you pivot? How do you get ready for reality, and how do you make it work? Because life doesn't always work exactly the way you want it to, as we know. So it's kind of like an amazing time. So I'm going to go live on Facebook again. So if you're on YouTube, you're watching me try to navigate this. And let's see, we're going to hit the camera. We're turning that on. And I can see myself again. And we're there. And start. And okay. And window, we're gonna cancel that. Boy, I don't know what's going on. We're going to see if we can get it to work. Is it working now? I mean, I see it again from myself, but you know what, David, why don't you give me your phone and we'll do it on your phone and the computer and just call it good. And then you can watch on the computer and we'll just do two of them on the phone and it'll all be fine. Hey Roxy, how are you? Oh my gosh, we have so many of you. It's pretty much fun. Okay, so now I have two phones here. I am back in business and let's just see what we can do to make this work. Hey Tess, hi Heather, hello Ricky. We've got the whole crew. It's amazing. And now I'm going to try this again, see if I can go on to Facebook and get that one going. And it's going to be kind of an interesting time. You know, we've never had this much snow in so long of a time. It's just been crazy. And I guess I shouldn't complain because it hasn't happened very often, which is good. But when it does happen, it does throw us for a loop, and we don't do very well with it, to be perfectly honest. It's like, oh my gosh. So now I'm going to try to do it live from here and see if I get it onto Facebook. Now, it says I'm live on Facebook. What do you think? Did it work? Hey, Janet. Oh, K-Ballet, your flower shop had to close all week. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. But you know, that's the way it is. So how do we pivot? How do we handle that? I mean, what do we do? It's like, oh my goodness, how do you cope with this? And that's what we're going to talk about. So number one, when you go crazy, so finally we're on Facebook. Hallelujah, Jim, you are first on Facebook. We have been live on YouTube for 8 minutes, so yay! Hi, Anne from Australia. Okay, so we got everybody here. Hi, Marcia. Hello, Kelly. Hi, Eden Floristry and Design. Yes, I'm on now, yay! We made it. But how do you pivot? How do you deal with the unknown? That's what we're talking about today. What do you do to deal with the unknown? Valentine's Day, I can remember back when we had snow. So I'm actually very grateful that the snow happened now and the ice happened now so that florists will hopefully be fine when it comes to Valentine's Day. My students, they're trapped in their hotels. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad. They're in B&Bs, they're in hotels, and they are so bored because there's nothing open. Portland has totally shut down. Again, I'm grateful it's not February 14th. I'm grateful that I still have power and we can do live. But what the heck is this? This is just amazing. So we're going to do a live here from home. We have virtually with us Caledonia, Susie, Michelle, Ricky, Carolyn, my students. Everybody's virtual right here at the house. Me and David. So hey David, what's going on over there? Speak up. Let them know you're here.
Still working on the systems.
He's still working on the systems. I love it. I know, we're working on systems. You know, the only thing you can do is laugh, because what you going to do about it? It is life. And Such is life. You don't get to control it. Hello, V. I'm glad you're here. I'm so sorry you're not in class. Hi, Carl. Hope you got your roses done. We got a lot of you working. But today, I want to kind of look at what you do and how you use a crisis like this. Because as florists, you have to plan for the unexpected every single day because you have no control. So when it snows, what are you going to do? When you have an ice storm, like us, outside the window is totally icy, what you going to do? You know what? Relax and laugh because that's all you can do. And then look at it as an opportunity. Be grateful for the gift of time. So you have time that you can sit back and kind of say, okay, what am I going to do? And so I was looking through, because I had the gift of time today. I wasn't dashing out to teach, and I wish I could have, because I have flowers, I have students, I would love to be teaching. We'll pick that up tomorrow. But moving back to now, I had time to go through my emails, and I got an email actually quite a few days ago from Carl. And Carl, I am so sorry I didn't get back to you sooner. But Carl is brilliant. He is doing a pop-up shop for Valentine's Day, and he's planning ahead. He's getting ready right now, and he's designed a really wonderful sticker. If you're on the Tulip Bunch, you can go in and you can see where he posted it. Give him your feedback. I thought it was brilliant. I think he's done a really good job with it. I think it is a great way to market yourself, and he is connecting with another business and then printing these stickers to go out to people. And Carl, I think it's brilliant. I really think you're doing a good job with that. And that's one of the things that I would say is plan your backup. What if it snows? What's your pop-up? I mean, you may have a store, but if people can't get to your store or you can't deliver, what's your backup plan? I can remember one Valentine's Day with my flower shop. David and I were schlepping flowers down to the local coffee shop because everything was closed. No one was anywhere. We couldn't deliver, but we could get the things down to the coffee shop, which was not very far. It was like less than a mile. And we took the things there because you know what? Everybody can get to their coffee shop even in the snow, and they get so excited. And so they all got to the coffee shop and we sold flowers there. So Carl being proactive with the pop-up, brilliant. Then I was looking at a note from Drake, and Drake is doing a really novel approach this year to Valentine's. And I give you bonus points for this. He's just decided that he's not going to do Valentine's as Valentine's Day. So he's proactively marketing to his people and asking them to order earlier. Brilliant. Flower prices are cheaper. You can get the job done, and you still get the sales. I'm anxious to hear how that works out because I think it's a great idea. A brilliant idea. So, well, Lynn Ball has an interesting thing. He's delivering sympathy arrangements tomorrow, and found out there's another florist also delivering, and the colors don't coordinate. Welcome to the real world, Lynn Ball. Just make sure yours are prettier, because there's always going to be that they don't match and they're wrong. I was at a funeral recently where some of the things were so ugly. It was embarrassing. You can't control that. The only thing you can control is to make sure your stuff is fabulous. So make sure that you're doing that. Oh, Janet, oh my gosh. February 13th, a blizzard. Oh, that makes me so sad. Oh, that's horrible. So you guys are just on it. It's kind of amazing. Let's talk about Trenton here. So Trenton has a Valentine's arrangement that he had posted on the Tulip Bunch. that I thought was fabulous. And Trenton, as you've gone through with your reiterations and the redesign, that latest one that you did, I love that. You have really evolved it incredibly well. Good job, Trenton. David, what you got over there?
Well, both Facebook and YouTube are working and working well. You're getting a good crowd, which is very good. And everybody's reporting incredible weather statements. Everything from ice to snow to feet of snow.
Oh my gosh.
It's just amazing the weather that we've got around the country.
You know, Dylan had sent me a picture of his car, and it had, I don't know, 20 inches of snow on it. I mean, it was just buried. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Dylan, oh, we had 2 inches of snow. And it totally shut down the city. The city has stopped now for, I don't know, 4 days. Let's see, when did it come? Today is Wednesday. It must have started snowing on Saturday, Sunday, I don't know, whatever. It's been snowing forever. It's been icky. But we had like 2 inches and everything shut down. But we didn't. Class kept going because my people were in hotels, so they could still get here. They were right by us, and I walked to work, so I just walked over. Students walked in. Easy. It was so great. And then we had ice. That was today. And so we finally shut down today. But we're going to be open tomorrow. Promise. I see thawing in our future. So we will be here. And I'm very grateful for that. But some of you have snow that is absolutely unbelievable. It's just quite shocking. So, Anne wants to know about Fibonacci, and what else is going on here? Let me look here, because I gotta look, and then I'll. Oh, Lisa, it's a little embarrassing with such small snow. Correct, I know, but you know what? We're wimps around here when it comes to snow. And then Colorado, one of my friends with a flower shop in Colorado, they lost their heat. It killed every single plant because they were like negative 20. I mean, it was insane. So I guess I'm grateful we don't have that. We don't really have snow removal equipment. And I noticed that even on the freeways, they have redesigned how they're going to do it this year. And they only did 1 lane. They didn't clean the entire freeway, which was interesting. So I'm going to come back to Fibonacci. That's great. I want to bring up that on my last live, when I said, I'm going to talk to you, I'm going to talk, somebody asked about wire services, and I said, oh, I'll come back to that, and I never made it back, and I apologize for that. So I'm going to start with wire services right now. They wanted to know my thoughts, and the reality is wire services are a different beast than they ever were. So I am not going to be pro or con, but they have a different reason for existing now than they did back in the day. 20 years ago, wire services were vitally important just to get orders delivered from A to B, flower shop to flower shop. We discussed this in class just the other day, that their purpose was to get an order from here to here. Now, wire services really have become your technology partner. So when it comes to a wire service and your evaluation of whether or not you need them, you want to look at what benefit they offer to you in the technology world and what does that cost. Then evaluate and make a decision from there. If you don't want incoming orders, don't take them. Raise your minimum. You can say, I won't take an order for less than $500. You know, then how many wire orders are you going to get? Just raise your minimum. One of my friends had a brilliant idea, because you can list when you're available to deliver. They only deliver at noon on Tuesday. So they get no wire orders because they don't deliver at noon on Tuesday. And that's the only time. So, you know, you can work the system. So when it comes to wire services, make a decision. They can be a fabulous technology partner, or it cannot work for you. And you need to evaluate that and really look into it to see what works for you. So that's my answer on wire services. Dennis, you had a question about design mechanics that you had sent, and it was wedding related, and Jerry's not here because Jerry's trapped in the ice. So dang. Jerry will be here in 2 weeks, January 31st. We rescheduled. We'll be doing wedding trends with Jerry on January 31st. So please, please, please set that on your calendar. Pray for no ice and snow. I can't believe it would happen again. But she'll be here and we'll do that. But my answer to you, excuse me, is that I think that probably is a good mechanic to use the igloo. And I think it would be good. Yes, I have my coffee. This is my home coffee cup. And you can see I put a little cream in my coffee. So no thermos, no cup today. But yes, I have my coffee because you know what? I still need that. So, other things. Corey had sent me a note about the fact that people were looking at him as competition and not very happy with him. Corey is a high school teacher who teaches floriculture, horticulture, and was trying to train the students that the arrangements they can make and then selling them within the school. Brilliant, because training the next generation, that's fabulous. The florist in town didn't see it quite as fabulous. You can imagine. Some people really look at all competition as negative, and that's a problem. The reality is there is an abundant amount of business for all of us. And truly training the next generation is so important. So Corey, hold strong. I already sent you that note. Stick with it. And for all of you out there, if you can make sure that you support each other, that's way better than worrying about, are you going to get all the business? Not a cool thing. So I'm gonna have some water too because talking all this time is making me thirsty. So let's see, what else did I get? Amy, you sent me an email that had some new marketing materials you presented. Fabulous. I am so excited to see what you're doing. It is great. So keep up the good work. So grand. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So now back to Fibonacci. And you're right, Michelle, I cannot jinx this. No more, no more. We're going to have bright sunshine and beautiful weather. The temperatures are rising and we're happy. That's what we want. So I'm going to start on Fibonacci, but my question for you, what do you want to know? Go ahead and type it in, and David's going to be watching. Michelle and Carolyn and Susie and Caledonia are replying, typing away as fast as they can, and I'm going to try to answer what I can verbally. But if you do have any questions, go ahead and type them in there. And of course, give me good vibes for sunshine and warm weather. We need that. So, Fibonacci, that was a question that came up. We teach that in the advanced class. We really don't get into it in the beginning foundational course. We teach scale in the foundational course. We start that, and a lot of it at that point is more gut instinct and just learning to start to judge scale. But the more advanced you go, you really do need to rely on the Fibonacci sequence. And so we teach that in the advanced course. For those of you that are thinking about designing for competition, If you're competing or being evaluated, maybe you're going to take the PFDE, then the Fibonacci is your best friend in the world. Because when you're scared and nervous, things get smaller and the scale is wrong. Whereas if you understand the Fibonacci sequence, you can adjust your scale and make it work. Now, in the simplified version, if you take a design course from some American, school like ours, they're going to teach you 2 to 3 times, blah, 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 blah. That simplifies it, and yes, 2 to 3 times could be grand, but reality is that's the simplified version. So what you want to do is memorize the equation, which is times 1.618. So you would take your measurement, be it 10 inches, doing that because it's easy, and then times 1.618, which is going to be 16.18 inches. And that's kind of your starting point. And you just keep building from there. And you always build with 1.618. So the class that's coming up here at the end of the month, we have an advanced class that will be going deep diving into the Fibonacci. They'll be doing the measurement. We bring out the rulers, we bring out the calculators, and we evaluate exactly how to get there. And then we also teach the inverse, which is how do you reduce it, which is to go times 0.618. It just keeps going up and down using that. So a lot of it really has to do with math and figuring it, but then it also varies based on the volume. So if you have a lily, it's going to be a different measurement than if you had curly willow. Again, back to advanced floral design, something that you really have to kind of focus on. So a couple other questions that came in. Sandy wanted to know about the hydration solution for hydrangeas. It's a good product. I like it. No complaints about it. I find Quick Dip also works very well for hydrangeas. And then when I'm actually designing, I use alum frequently to give them that little extra boost. So the hydration solution is good, Quick Dip is good, alum is good, and then you can refer to our hydrangea care and handling video, and that will give you even a little more ideas to go with that. Super hot water, boiling water can rescue them. I know I show that technique in class frequently, and so that can be a good asset as well. Another question that popped through that I saw a minute ago, that how do you find extra help when it comes to the holidays? And that's a good question, because with the holidays coming up, you need as much help as you can get. And I think my best answer to that is to evaluate what help you really need. Is it that you need somebody to answer the phone? Is it that you need someone to write out cards? Is it that you need somebody to process flowers? Because most of our work in a flower shop isn't the design. Design is minimal in the grand scheme of things. So hiring in people to come in and clean flowers, you can do that. Hiring people to fill vases with water and get them ready, you can do that. Hiring people to make the boxes, you can do that. You could even just go to a temp service to hire that, or go to your high school, talk to the horticulture class, the floriculture class, see if you can hire them for that. I know that one florist I know goes to their church, and they hire the church youth group to come in and do the tasks that are not design related. there's a lot of things that you can do that are not truly design. And so if you can pare those out and remove the tasks that are design and have non-florists do that, so that it leaves your florists to do the design, it can truly benefit you. I find that oftentimes we try to do everything ourselves, and you can't do everything. So if you can hire people to do things that is just the work, you don't need to train them to be a florist to do that. You just need somebody to do the work, and then free up your designers to be designers can be super positive. I would guess that would be my biggest hint for you there. Then when it comes to delivery, it's somewhat the same. Talk to your community organizations. Maybe they would like to do a fundraiser where you hire them and then their members do the deliveries, and you pay them a lump sum that goes into their organization, and you get your deliveries done. You know, talk to your mailman. Sometimes there's not retired, but they could be retired or it's their day off mail people that would be willing to deliver flowers on their day off because they know the city. Talking to the fire station, possibly there's somebody there that is a day off that would want to deliver. I find that the organizations can be better because you hire one organization, be it your church or your high school or whatever, and then they manage, say, 60 people to do your deliveries. They each take one, and then it works out pretty well. This is going to be an interesting year for Valentine's because it's a Wednesday, and traditionally Wednesday is an incredibly strong day for Valentine's. So it should be very, 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 very busy, and you need to be ready for that. So David, having troubles keeping up with questions. Have you seen what's going on?
Well, there's one that came up. You were talking about Valentine's Day. It's just a month away. When should they start bringing flowers in for Valentine's Day?
Ah, good question. So when do you bring your flowers in for Valentine's? With it being Wednesday this year, it's going to be interesting because a lot of people say, oh, I bring everything on Monday. But if you wait till Monday, you have only 2 days to get everything out for Wednesday. So many people are backing it up and bringing them in on Friday so that then they can work Saturday and Sunday. But you need to have refrigeration. And if you don't have refrigeration, that's a problem. So then look into a refrigerated truck. There are options. So you just have to kind of think through that. So when do you bring the flowers in? And that's a good question because a lot has to do with how many orders you have. And I guess I go back to FlowerSchool. And even in the foundation class at the very beginning, I'll talk to you, I'll say, okay, you need to be able to do 4 of these an hour, or you need to be able to do 6 of these an hour, or gee, come on, step it up. You got to be able to do 20 of these an hour. A lot of it is calculate how much you can do. And if you have 8 hours to work and you can do, and I'm just going to throw this out. Let's say you can make 50 arrangements and that's all you're going to sell. Then calculate how long it's going to take you to do that and bring the flowers in ahead. So if you're only going to do 30 arrangements, bringing the flowers in Monday, you can get 30 arrangements done Monday and Tuesday and deliver on Wednesday. But if you're going to do 300 arrangements, then when do you need to bring those flowers in? Back it up, pull it back out. You've just got to kind of think that all through. A lot of people this year are bringing them in prior to the weekend, planning to work the weekend, then encouraging their customers to deliver on Monday and Tuesday ahead of the holiday. and then just doing last minute orders on the holiday. We'll be doing more Valentine's Live starting, well, actually next week, we're going to talk about profitable Valentines and how to stage things for profitability next week. So we're going to do that. Then the following week, we're going to do wedding. Got to bring that back. And then the following week, we're going to do Valentine's Inspiration. So we've got more Valentine coming up, but that sort of gives you a good start there. I guess as you're thinking about Valentine's, and we'll talk about this more next week, but really looking at what's available, making sure you have your orders in. If you are still kind of at the last minute trying to figure things out, you can go on to the florabundance.com website, and they'll have a list of what's available, and they have a price list on there so you can see what their Valentine pricing is and what the current pricing is, and start getting going on it. It's kind of late. Should have done that a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, but if you haven't done it yet, don't give up. You can still do it. And so go on, research the availability, look at the pricing, and then start recipeing things out. My best resource for that is going to labaloo.com. They have a great recipe app that you can fill in, and then be able to do all of that. So it can be a good help for you. Janet had a great tip of offering reduced fees on delivery if they deliver early. I totally agree with that. Some people do a special gift, like a box of chocolate if you deliver early, if you do a discount if they deliver early. So excellent idea, Janet. That is very, very, very good. Sweetbriar, they're bringing him in on Monday. Annalise, it's Labaloo. Labaloo, Billo, is a great for recipeing. And we'll be talking about it again next week as well. But it's Labaloo is perfect for recipeing things out and checking your profitability, because you don't want to work this hard if you're not going to show any profit. I mean, hello, you've got to do a profit or don't do it at all. I know Heather's working really hard because she's got a full storefront, and she's trying to make sure that everything she does lead to profitability, customer satisfaction, and that she can do it within the realm of the help that she has. All of those things are tricky, very, very, very tricky. As you guys are all kind of thinking about how to use these snow days, like me, I'm like, okay, we'll do a snow day, we'll do a live here. This is your chance to kind of back up and think and plan and organize. So how many orders can you do? Think about it. Are you prepared? You might go and review the Flower Lovers Club. There's techniques in there. You can go back and look at the YouTube playlists. There's a Tulip Tuesday playlist that has several videos about how to design production, how to prep for Valentine's. There's a playlist on Valentine inspiration. I mean, this is your chance to kind of think through those things and get ready. You can prep. I mean, there's so much you can do, and it's hard. I'm not going to lie. It's hard, but you can think about it and kind of put it together that you can do this. It is possible, but how do you do it? And how do you go about it? It's kind of interesting. I was thinking about other students and people that I've been talking to and what's going on. One of our people has actually written a book and is now challenged with, how do I market this book? And I had to laugh. It's the same thing. How do we sell our flowers? How do you market a book? How do you get your message out there? And how do you do it? I throw it back out to you. How do you do it? I'm not sure. You know, there's all kinds of things. David, what else is going on?
Okay, so when does the next foundations course begin? Basic floral design.
You know, it's funny. He says, when is the next course? We're challenged because our class is going on right now, but there's no class today, but we will be there tomorrow. We are going to be there tomorrow, and we're going to be making amazing wedding bouquets. We've got some gorgeous protea and hydrangeas. They're all sitting there waiting for us, and we will get there. The next class doesn't start till February 26th. I know, after Valentine's, because we wait till after Valentine's. So we've got school starting February 26th, and that one will go straight into the advanced class, and then that's it until next fall. Yeah, we're just doing 2 classes this winter. The one right now, which we're moving on, and then one starting February 26th. So hopefully you can join us. I would love to have you there. What else you got there, David?
Well, then that's the in-classroom class, but you have online too.
Yes, we do have online. So the classroom starts on February 26th, but online is open right now. And I can tell you that the teachers are working at home with our online students. So there's lots of help there. So yes, if you want to sign up online, sign up today. We'll get you in there, get you started, and get you ready to go before the next holiday.
So how does the online program work, and can a designer really learn design online?
So can you learn online? That is a good question. So those of you that have taken online classes, let me hear it from you. And I'd like to know, did you do well studying online? Give me a little bit of an insight there. Carrie, the class that's coming up in February, we actually have a few. There's the foundational course that starts February 26th, that's full certification. And then we also have a fundamentals class that's just a 1-day class, and that's coming up. And then all of them are available online. Yes, Sherry, you did. You learned it online. Who else did that? I want to know. I'm looking to see who else is here. Oh, there's Renee. Online is great. I think the biggest challenge when you're studying online is that you have to be self-motivated, because you don't have somebody sitting there saying, boom, 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 you got to do this. Hey, Debbie and Grace and Jim and Casey and Kim. I love it. Okay, so online for the win. Heather, oh, I love it. You know, we've done online now since 1996. I know, can you believe it? Since 1996. There was no online in 1996. It was VHS tapes. Can you believe it? So we've been teaching online since 1996 with VHS tapes. Then we moved to DVD, and now it's 100% streaming. So yes, Casey, Lynn, Annalise, oh my gosh, I love seeing you guys. That's so great. Okay, who else did the online? I just want to see who's here. This is so cool. So yes, online for the win. The benefit is it's available 24/7. So you can do it however you want, whenever you want. Oh, Tess, oh my gosh, Debbie, Amy, Robin, oh my gosh, Sandy. This is so much fun. It's like old school week. This is so much fun. But yes, it's available 24/7. You can do it. The hardest challenge is you have to be motivated. But if you love flowers, how can you not be motivated to do flowers? Hello. And since we've been doing it since 1996, we know how to do it well. We have a dedicated teaching staff available to you. And yes, advanced is available, so go for it. Yes, and it's from Europe. You can do it from Europe. It's easy. It's digital. So sign up. Advanced is there, and you can do it. The teachers are amazing, because I think that was the hardest part. It was to learn how to teach online. And then, oh yeah, Heather, you got the ones where we shipped you the DVD. I love it. And then you went on to being streamed, which is so great. But yeah, if you can do it online, it is a huge benefit because it's right there for you whenever, however you can do it. In person, the benefit there is you have a teacher standing right beside you. So many of our students do the basic course in person, or excuse me, reverse that, the basic course online, and then turn around and come join us for the advanced in person. So it can be done as a combination as well. Oh yeah, Yawaridi, you did it. Yeah, so many of you. This is so fun to see who has been here and done it. So Kathy wants to know how long should the basic online take? That's going to vary because the reality it's the equivalent of 120 hours in the classroom, which would be 3 weeks of 8-hour days. But doing it on home, you don't always have an 8-hour day to dedicate because your life is busy. So many students, it takes more like 2 to 3 months to finish it from home. But you can go as fast as you want. You don't have to take 3 to 4 months or 2 to 3 months or 1 month. You can go boom, boom, boom. I've had people finish it in a month because they just dedicate the time. So there are options and you get to choose, definitely. So Carrie wants to know about how that works to go towards your CFD. The combination, if you're successful with basic and you're successful with advanced, the duo together are accepted by AIFD as preparing you for their online CFD test. Now, if you took it back in 2005 when you did it, it didn't qualify then because we had to expand the program, add some new information that they require. So it would be a little bit more tricky, I guess would be the way. Pop me off an email and you and I can talk about that offline to see how best to move you forward. And so it's leanne@floraldesigninstitute.com. You know my email. But maybe try that. Okay, so Victoria says she signed up for basic but didn't get her confirmation. Hey, Carolyn, can you look that up? I know you're online with us. So Carolyn, you're in charge. Victoria is trying to figure out why she hasn't got her confirmation for her basic. And I kind of recognize that name, so I'm thinking it's there, but maybe there's a misspelling somewhere. Oh, yay, Carolyn, thank you. So Victoria, Carolyn is on it. She is following up, and if you don't hear from her shortly, then we got a bigger problem because she's on it. So hopefully it will all fall into place. Okay, what other questions? So Clara thinks that learning some in person after online would be cool. It is. It's kind of fun to get the best of both worlds. I'll be honest, I'm really looking forward to being back in the classroom tomorrow with the students. It's not been a lot of fun to be trapped here at home, but it's not been fun for them to be trapped in their hotel room either. But tomorrow, we're going to be back in the classroom. And we've got, oh my gosh, Lisianthus, roses, hydrangea, protea, eryngium. What else? Oh my gosh, I can't, wax flower, I think. We have so many things. We have all the stuff there. It's waiting for us. So V, I know you're on with me. I'm going to guess Miriam, you're on with me. Michelle's going to be able to get in tomorrow. It's going to melt. Everything's going to be good. And we're all going to be together. Oh my gosh. Lila, I know it would be nice if you were closer and we could come in person, but sometimes life gets in the way. And so we're not right there. Angela, with classes online, You have 1 year to complete your studies with teacher support. And then once you complete your studies, then we can open it up so you have repeated access so that you can refer back to it. And yes, that's not a problem at all. So yes, you got to get it done within a year, but then you can go ahead and refer back to it. So yes, you do have lifetime access. So definitely. So what else is going on out there? Come on, people, talk to me. We've got 11 minutes. I've got a little more coffee. What's happening? Let's see. I think if you haven't done it already, get ready for Valentine's, duh, and calculate how much you can do. I'm not going to talk about that next week because next week we're going to talk about profitability. But today I'll throw out there, calculate how much you can do. I think one of the biggest mistakes I ever made was saying yes to every single order and taking too many orders to where I couldn't get them done in the time frame. So February 13th, I went to work at like 7 a.m. and I worked, and I worked, and I worked, and I worked. Comes February 14th, I'm still there working. I did not go home at all the night of the 13th. I worked all the way through. February 14th, 7 a.m., I'm still there working, still trying to fill orders because I took too many orders. I didn't get done till 10 o'clock at night on the 14th. That was poor planning. That was stupid. That was wrong. Calculate what you can do and remember to say no when you can't do any more. So Heather had a great point that she can't get her work done when the phone is ringing. Find somebody else to answer your phone so that you can keep working. What else is going on, David?
But one of the smartest florists I ever met, and I won't mention his name, he's in San Diego, California, and this goes back 30 years, and I was so amazed to see how he handled Valentine's Day. Talk about saying no. Of course, this is before email. So like in January, he would send out letters to his best customers telling them to order Valentine's now. Because as soon as his order slate was full, he would turn off the orders. And he did that. And he took orders up until everything was filled. And I'll never forget one time I went down to see him Valentine's week, and it was like 4 days before Valentine's, and the door was shut, and the close sign was out. Now his staff was working 8 hours a day, not sleeping on cots in the back, going home with their families and having dinner and keeping a regular schedule because he controlled what he could do. And a side note, his employees loved him.
Brilliant. Because if you don't say no, you overwork yourself, you overwork your employees, you don't do a good job, it's not worth it. So knowing your limits is really, 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 really important. And it's just a matter of really double checking that and thinking it through, because if you don't, you're going to regret it, totally regret it. Andrea, I see you are working 2 jobs and trying to finish FlowerSchool. That's where online FlowerSchool works, because if you're a busy, busy, busy person, taking a month out of your life is an impossibility. But doing it online, where you can access it whenever you have the opportunity, it's the way that you can do. Very, very important. So very exciting. So Tess is signing off because it's sleepy time for her. Oh, correct pricing. Janet, I'm going to be doing that next week because Valentine's Day profitability is so important. And if you don't pay attention, you go broke. And we don't want that. So Janet, next week we are going to be talking about pricing and profitability. So good answer. David, what else?
So Ming wants to know, how do I enroll for basic and can I enroll for advanced also?
So Ming, if you want to enroll in basic, get right in there. You can do so. Caledonia and Susie, if you'll put the link to the basic course there so that they can log into that, then you can do the basic and advanced. Go ahead and just register for both of them. So that goes through then seamlessly. That way you can get started and you can just go boom, 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 become a certified floral designer and be ready to go. So yes, and Susie and Caledonia will get that link in there for you so you can do so. And then the teachers and I will be ready to welcome you to FlowerSchool because it's a pretty grand career. I will be honest. I can't imagine doing anything else. I absolutely love it and wouldn't give it up, period. I've been doing it now for a very long time. I won't talk about how many years because I give away my age, but I would do it again. I wouldn't change a thing. So definitely, yeah. So Lisa said that they took wire service orders in their flower shop. And there again, you can turn that off. You don't have to take those orders. Use the wire service to your advantage because they can be a fabulous technology partner, but you stay in charge. And that's how you can do it. You can definitely do that. So, and what else? I see some of you are starting to connect back and forth and collaborate. That's why we do this. Good job. Happy for it. Trenton, I'll be waiting to welcome you to advanced. It's that time. And Jan, we don't have a school in England, but you know what? Online, you can learn anywhere. So join us online and we can do it in England. That's easy. And somebody asked, are the online videos on YouTube for FlowerSchool? No, they're not. Our FlowerSchool videos are 100% different. None of them are available on our website. None of them are available online with YouTube because those are the education videos. Those are the ones that are for our students only. The videos that you find on YouTube are inspirational. They're wonderful. They're great. Use them. The videos on our website, absolutely fabulous, inspirational. Use them. They're free. They're for you. The Flower Lovers Club, it's a little bit more educational, a little bit more intense. But no, they're not like the online flower courses. The videos in the online flower school are all far more intensive, far more educational, and they're fully teacher supported. So no, you're not going to find them on the free content. Not happening, period, ever. But, you know, if you want to get started in a professional career, that's where you need to be. Jan says it's the photography part that bothers her. Photography's hard. Ricky has done a couple of live streams with that, and we have some tips in the course as to how to get your photography a little better. That is something that is a challenge, but we'll be doing another live stream with photography coming up in a few months. It's not right away. And then if you do take the course, there's a segment in there that has some instruction on how to get better photography so that you can turn your submissions in. But you know what? That's just one more piece. So much of the world, you have to keep going and just keep going. So, Carrie says her photos are always poor too. Well, you know what? When we do the live stream with Ricky, pay attention. And there are 2 live streams already on. If you go to YouTube, FlowerSchool channel, and type in photography, you'll find the live streams with Ricky. And she did 2 that are really good about staging your photos, getting things ready, and getting quality photography. And then she'll have some more up about that too, because that is a big deal. So last minute, you got 1 minute. Trenton, you're right. You can always get better. You know, that's all of us. We can always get better, and we all pivot. We all figure it out. But we made it through live from the house. I feel like it's a throwback to COVID when I used to do this. Next week, we'll be in the studio, and I'm going to be talking about flower profitability for Valentine. So hopefully you'll join me for that. We'll have flowers I'll be designing, and we'll be talking about profitability. Then on the 31st, Teacher Jerry will be here, and we'll be doing wedding trends. Promise, we'll be doing that. And then the week after that, Teacher Carolyn will be doing Valentine's inspiration. So if you enjoyed this, share it out. It was a little bit odd, I know, but share it out, spread the word, and come join me for Flower School. We need more employees working. We need more people selling flowers. We need more people doing something they love. So join me and do something you love in Flower School now. See you next week. Bye-bye.